Alright guys, thanks for tuning to iCup TV. You'll be your epic and awesome caster iCup Fits here, or Fits, whatever you guys want to call me. And you guys are, this replay comes from iCup Clan League Season 20, Week number 2, matchup, or Series number 3 between wOk Clan and StarCraft Battle. And without further ado, we'll get right into this game on Python, spawning at the, what I guess would be the 630 or the 7. It was going to be the purple Protoss competing for wOk Clan. It will be wOk's YanSk, or YanSk, and spawning at the, I guess we could say 8 o'clock, which will be close by air positions on Python. It will be the white, I'm just going to call it white Protoss StarCraft Battles Ultimo. Okay, so now Python, pretty interesting map. I don't see a lot of it as much as I'd like to. So I think it's kind of similar to Fighting Spirit, just in the scope of the huge size of the whole map. But we shall see. It will be PvP, so it should be very interesting. But we do have close by air, which could play out, you know, interesting. I don't think it's going to change out drastically different, just because it's PvP and it tends to be a pretty generic matchup in general. But we shall see. Sometimes you'll see a 2-gate opening or a 1-gate with gas opening, which will often go into 3-gate goon or whatever you would like to do for after that. But the fact of the matter is, we'll just talk about this map real quick. Now, you obviously have your natural. It's a little more open. It's a little bit more harder to hold off, but you do have the high ground advantage to be able to, like, it goes out pretty far, so you can actually help defend out pretty okay. You also have this base below here, but you will need to do a dropship and bring over an SCV for that, because you cannot lift off, which it just makes it balance issues for Terran be able to lift off and just sit back here, but that will not happen. Now, close by air, you can just bring over that, and you're pretty much in your base, so we could see potential Reaver drop play, which would probably be a little bit more favored here, so I'm guessing we're going to be seeing gas openings from both players. No, I take that back. We're going to actually have a double gateway opening coming up from for Ultimo here. I don't think that's the right call. I think it's a little bit more interesting. We shall see if the 2-gate pressure is really going to do much, but we shall see. Now, otherwise, this map is pretty generic. Your third would be a gasless third, but very wide open, so oftentimes you'll take what would be the natural expansion of another main, and then if this goes in the late game, both players tend to reclaim another main-like area. And we're going to be seeing Zealot first, and that's just because, well, first off, you want to have something to defend, and sometimes it normally means for a more of aggression style as well. PvP is going to be, oh, no, we're going to have another 2-gate, but interesting enough, I don't know why he went a Simulator first without Cybercore. It just seems a little iffy. That could have been a gateway faster. No, it looks like he's going to be getting Cybercore. It just might be a little bit variation to the build, nothing really deep analysis really show other than that. But and it looks like that probe might die. No, it will not. And now for statistics of both these players, I just want to talk about that. Just sometimes it helps. Now, Ultimo has been here since probably around season 16, if I remember correctly. He or she has been D+, C- area. Currently, their statistics is 51-80. Putting that in regards to that. In this game, they're going to be averaging 160. Now, YanSk has really no statistics on him besides 2v2, which is pretty minimal at that best. And pretty much all we know is a USA player. And also, I forgot to mention, Ultimo is Russian. So we're going to have a little Cold War. And it looks like we're going to have some confrontations over here. We're going to see Ultimo sending over the first initial 3 Zealots here. Now, is he going to continue to reinforce this? So this looks like all in at this point in time. He's getting 4, so probably for potential cannons for any kind of counter push going on here. Or maybe going for a 4, or what would be a 4-5 expand, but it's gonna be 3 on 2 Zealots here. But we're gonna see if we're gonna see if YanSk can get the best concave on the as possible, but it's gonna be gangs. Oh, he took a lot more hits than he really wanted to be, and I'm trying to say the engagement as fast as possible as the words are coming out of my mouth. But pretty much what we saw there is that Ultimo was able to get 2 hits off this Zealot when it could only hit off 1, and it's just that's not an engagement where you want to be for YanSk right here. And here we go. I don't know why he's target firing the more powerful one, and finally that Zealot should go down, but he does have his first Dragoon out here. But it doesn't really matter, though, because those Zealots are going to be able to run their way in here, and he's going to have to blow out probes here. These 2 Dragoons are not going to be able to deal with 5 Zealots over here. And going to be getting out range as well, so here we're going to see just a little bit more different coming out here. Going to try to get the best engagement, but if that Dragoon falls, It's gonna look pretty bad. He's gonna have to drill with the probes here. It will. That actually, a lot of those zealots were weakened right there. Zealots going down right here, and I don't even think that push did anything. He may have lost 1 or 2 zealots. Might have gotten some scouting information, but at what cost? I mean, when you're playing. I mean, you really shouldn't need to bombard your way through here to get scouting information. Will that Dragoon go down? I think it will not. It will. I thought it was, but it will not. And it looks like that zealot pressure will will cease to exist for the time being. But at the same time, has gotten up 2 more Ultimo's gotten up 2 more cannons and a Nexus, so it's kind of seeing like a 2-gate into Forge fast expand kind of dealio. But there comes the Robo Bay, which I was assuming that was going to happen with Robotech. Would eventually go into shuttle speed, or not shuttle speed, Reaver drop, which could prove to be kind of doomsday. If he has cannons in the natural, but Reaver could easily get back over here, bring out a scare. Because keep in mind, the Reaver kid has insane range, so he could just start firing over here and bring it in. But it looks like YanSk is going to want to do some aggression with these with a small little group of units here. Now, will it be able to do enough? I don't know. There's going to be 4 cannons here, 3 cannons, excuse me, and it looks like that should be enough to fend that off. And that Dragoon is getting dangerously low on HP. And Zealot run by is going to be happening on the main base of YanSk here. Now, will this be able to get a couple probe kills? Will Ultimo be able to get some nice little probe kills right here? He's going to have to kind of drill for the best. One probe has gone down so far, and he's going to have to bring back his main army over here. 2 probes have fallen so far. Not looking too good right now for YanSk right here. And also keep in mind, he has no expansion, so he's going to lose all this mining time that Ultimo is going to get, which is also allowing him to get up that natural expansion, getting double the resources. 1 Dragoon has fallen so far. 2nd Dragoon will fall right here. And I don't know why he was letting those 2 Dragoons going first. I don't know why he would have let the weakened ones go up, but it looks like he should be able to get back to mining. But at the same time, this is really helping out with the scouting information. We'll know if he's paying attention. He should know that is a support bay going down. And look how fast that thing comes up, though. I just want to mention, that's like the fastest warp in time, warp rift thing for Robo support bay ever. But regardless, we should be starting to see. I guess we should have seen shuttle production by now just to help that out. But maybe he's not. Well, he was losing significant mining time, and I think what might happen here. Ultimo's gonna be in such a lead at this point in time. Gonna be starting to get up that cyber core, should be right now. Should be getting that cyber core, which that should be it right there. No, I see no cyber core. Unless he's going 3-gate, I mean, he could go 3-gate Zealot, but the problem is he won't have speed. But he's getting up cannons here, but the problem is, what we're gonna see here, is that if the Dragoons are able to get up, if he gets his Cyber Core, which is just starting right here, the Dragoons might pop out just at the time that shuttle might be making to, Ultimo's base right here. It's Ultimo, right? I just want to make sure. Yeah, Ultimo's base right there. It could prove to be very disastrous for YanSk right here. This is his saving grace here. If this harass does enough damage, he should be in an okay position here, but we shall see. I mean, YanSk has shown no indication that he's going to want to take an expand behind. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back right now. I take that back. I did not see the pylon right there, but right now that even if that pylon's right there, that base is not coming down anytime soon. I don't even know if he's going all in. I'm not even sure if that pylon's just for scouting. I feel like it is just by this 3-gate continued production of. It's pretty much all in mode. It's pro production. And I'm really sure I'm going to get a signs of expanding besides this one little pylon here. I don't think he's going to do too much. And he's getting range. And these Dragoons have popped out. Getting 6 more. Getting gateways 4 and 5 up. And he's just going to be able to produce. Yeah, he's got to be able to produce a lot more Dragoons. And a 3-gate 1 base versus a 5-gate 2 base is going to lose. Especially with upgrades. Upgraded tech. Etc. The only thing that YanSk has going for him is this Reaver drop that has been spotted. It hasn't been spotted yet. And why would he waste his scarab on the photon cannon? Now the probes are gonna go away. That pretty much wasted his ability right there. And these probes are gonna be okay unless he can get in there, but we shall see. And gonna be dropping it, but there's nothing gonna be there. He's just gonna waste it on pylons, and I do not agree with this by YanSk right here. Why would he show his ace card right now when he doesn't need to? And I think the shuttle might get picked off, and it does. But the Reaver is finally getting out. Nice little micro trick coming on YanSk, but that Reaver will instantly blow up and make that cool, actually death noise and etc. And we're looking at a 5 gate that's going to be continued producing once he retransfers those probes over to that main base right here. And it looks like YanSk is just going to go for it at this point in time. He realizes he's too far behind to really go back in the macro game. He's just going to go for it. And will it be enough? I don't think it will be. Yeah, I mean, Ultimo's at a good defensive position here. 3 cannons with a whole bunch of zealots, going to be able to do a lot of DPS on these dragoons here, which not only makes them pull back, which means that his dragoons are going to get a couple more hits off. These zealots do a pretty good amount of damage. Now it's going to have to come down when speed is done. Speed is not completed yet, but it will still be a nuisance to deal with. But he could go, I don't know. As long as he's not drawn out of his base, he should be okay. We're seeing 59 supply to the 64 right here. And oh my goodness. And also, actually, I won't even, well, Ultimo's going to be averaging 160 AP in this game to the 208 of YanSk here. But YanSk is going to start the engagement here. Will it be enough? I think if army on army, I think YanSk will win, as he does have a supply lead at the moment being. No, he does not anymore, because all these things are queued up with a lot of zealots. He's getting Templar Archives. He could even get Archon in the scenario, but it might be too little. He might be able to push up this ramp, might find a sweet spot, but I think he'll still be in range of the cannons here. He's going to be a big engagement here. Will YanSk be able to break through this? That is a lot of dragoons. Zealots are going to be closing in on that, though. A nice little micro, using the ones in the back to fire, and microing the ones in the front here. And a lot of zealots are dying here because he does not have speed. And maybe YanSk may be able to break through this right now. I think he's able to one-shot zealots pretty efficiently, but they are in range of the cannons, taking a lot of damage right here. And zealots are closing in right here, but I think this is just going to be too much coming out of YanSk here. And I think he might be able to pull off a victory here. But actually, at the same time, he's taking a lot more casualties than I thought he was going to be. And it looks like he might have to push back YanSk for the time being here. So that will not be game-changing for this time being right here. We'll be getting +1, so if once the +1 kicks in with that leg speed, which it has kicked in here, but will he be able to deal with the cannons right there? I don't know if that's the right call right here. He really should have gone in for that. 1 cannon has fallen so far. Will the second cannon go down? He's sending in more reinforcements off the 3 gate right here, and he's got to be trying to put down more cannons. But I think this is just going to be, there's too many dragoons right now for those to go up right here. He's going to be trying to stall for time with those zealots to let those cannons come up. But I think YanSk knows about this and will start target firing the cannons down, which he will be doing. One dragoon has fallen down. That dragoon is getting very, very weak, and we're looking at that dragoon army is kind of looking a little weak right now. 2 dragoons are fairly low. He has high Templar, but what's the point? There is no Storm. No, there is Storm. Storm is going down, but didn't really claim any victims except for 1, I think. 1 cannon, 3 cannons do go up, but they're on the north side of the natural, and I don't think YanSk is going to want to engage on the south side. And which means that 2 of these cannons will not be in range of if he's going to try to run up the ramp here. And YanSk has been surprising. Oh, he's done a DT harass. And oh, that's beautiful. That's exactly what he needed to do. And how many kills does this guy have right here? Oh my goodness gracious, 4 kills. So not, and that's going to have to push back. And I think that's kind of saving grace right this. YanSk looks like he could have possibly, game changed this game right here. I don't think that's going to be the case for right now, though, as he just has too much stuff. He let the cannons come up, and it's just going to be too much. He even has Archon in the mix right here. 1 Archon with a whole bunch of speed zealots with +1. Keep in mind, he has an upgrade advantage. And he also has a supply lead, and I think YanSk will have to GG out of this game number 1 of this series between YanSk and Ultimo right here. But we shall see. There's a GG by YanSk, and there's a GG by Ultimo, but great game. Regardless, fun PvP, but we didn't get to see really kind of any airplay. We did see a Reaver drop, but for 5th step of the game here, but what I was just saying, he's shown off his ace card. So, for 5th step of the game, YanSk, I think you played a more risky move by trying to 1 base for that for this game. You should have known that your opponent was took an expand after that, and you didn't do that. You didn't punish it, which you really couldn't, because the amount of damage and harass that was coming out of Ultimo at the beginning starts of the game. So what you did instead is you decided, well, hey, I'm not going to go in the macro game. I'm going to go and try to win my way with harassment, which is a fine thought. But the problem is, if you see the probes going out, why would you use a scarab on two scarabs on the cannon before you did anything? Like, what is that going to do? Why didn't you do anything else after it? You let the shell get taken out, and it's really a $400, 400 mineral, 200 gas. investment plus the Zealot you add in there, so that's like 500. No, yeah, 500. That's almost for a Nexus itself. So if you didn't even go down that tech path, minus the support bay, minus the fast robo, which you probably want the fast robo just for observatory. But the fact of the matter is that that Nexus could have come down much, much quicker. You also didn't have to maybe produce as many units. You could have tried the macro game, and I think that would have been the better scenario in this game. As we just saw, Ultimo, was on the defensive for most of this time. Keep in mind, he must have gone a 2-gate in order to do that pressure. He must have cut. You went a 2-gate as well, but you got the Cyber Core down much, much quicker. Keep that in mind. So, the fact of the matter is that he's not going to go to continue that aggression as it's failed. He might try DT, so that's when you get the fast robo. But you could have gotten your Nexus up in time. You could have put up your own cannons if you wanted. But we saw Ultimo played a much, much more defensive position. You were taking the game to him when you really could have been like, oh, he's playing defense, I can go take my own expansion. I think you just didn't really know what was the situational awareness for this game, which is not to say it's sometimes hard to get scouting information. But keep in mind, you went for an all-in scenario, and I think, at least in my opinion, it's always better to try to, if there's a possibility that you can come back, try it. You went for more risky, because keep in mind, you could try to get up your natural expansion, and then if you lose, you lose, but at least you try that. With that all-in, with the Reaver drop, once they get sniped off, you lose. Like, there's no chance of coming back, like, at all. So if you're able to prolong your expansion time, get that many minerals, maybe you could have done some kind of extra harass, and then go for the Reaver harass. But it was the fact of the matter is that Ultimo was way too bunkered into going to do any kind of damage. Pretty much how it went. Now, so pretty much what this means for right now is that Ultimo, things are looking good for StarCraft Battle right here. They have lost 3 of the 4 games a series so far. So keep in mind, they did lose this set of games between wOk, but that doesn't mean that they can't come back and get some more points. It is very important that they come back with more points because it will help them in the later weeks versus their opponents and ultimately help them win, get them in a higher position in the end result of this team league. But the fact of the matter is that StarCraft Battle has successfully won 1 game of this best of 3 that could go, which could end if Ultimo is going to be going, or if YanSk decides to go for decides to win or gets a win over Ultimo. This will go into a 3rd game, which I'm kind of hoping for because I love Brood War, and this is my last cast for last series for the night, guys. So I'm really looking forward to this. So thanks guys for watching iCup TV. Fritz is signing out of your hair, and thanks guys for tuning in to iCup TV. Peace.